You disappeared for 2 weeks. Which decisions suddenly stop? But more importantly, why did they stop? Write those things down. That list right there, that's your diagnosis. Now, go back and pull your last 10 escalations. Slack, email, meetings, hell, even a hallway conversation. Sort them. Goes over here. People here. Technical here. Which one of those buckets is overflowing? That's the one, guys. That's your broken domain. Hold on to it because we're going to fix it. But now you got to build the system. One concept. Decision domain. 3 things make it real. One owner defines scope, clear escalation condition, add a time box, add definition of done. Now, ambiguity is gone. There are just 4 roles, okay? Decider, have 1 person for that. If you have 2, you might as well have none. Input providers give input, not decisions with a deadline. Veto holders are rare. You have to define who they are in the beginning. And you have to set the conditions, the real conditions that exist in order to make everyone else just gets visibility. Now, if you got 2 people and they both think that they own a thing, guess what? Nobody owns that thing. And it's going to escalate right back to you. So, 5 domains, right? Priority is going to be what gets worked on next, right? My old mentor used to say, first things first, second things never. And like, that just makes sense. You're only always going to be working on that first thing. And I know you're sitting there going, what about priority number 2? But see, if you have a list of 10 priorities and they're in order, number 1, number 2, through number 10, and you work on number 1 and you finish it, guess what happens? Number 2 now becomes number 1, number 3 becomes number 2, etc. down the line. So each time you're working on the first thing first and you're never working on the then you have to think about product trade-offs. What is good enough? What's ready to get out there? You're going to need technical architecture. You're going to have to review your standards and make sure that you have regular reviews of those things. Make sure that your team understands what they are. Hell, I'd even put them into writing, as I'm a big fan of SOPs. And so we use ClickUp, and some SOPs work really well inside of ClickUp. Some do not. So here is a huge tip for you. If you're using Google Docs and you have ClickUp, make sure that every SOP has some kind of entry in ClickUp that points back to the Google Doc. Now, the next domain is delivery. How does work move? Who's responsible for code review before something goes live? What happens if during the code review a problem is discovered? And then who gives the thumbs up that it's ready to go out? Now I think you're starting to get this. Then the next decision domain is people. Hiring, performance, the design of your team. What do I mean by that? Do you need 2 developers or 1? Do you need 5 developers? Do you need a lead developer and 4 developers? You talk that through with your HR department. You talk that through with your CEO. But you make the decision. And then you decide who's in charge of that. Most of the time, it's going to be you. Now, this one's probably not a shocker to most people. Most people problems aren't people problems. They're unclear decision boundaries.